الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Before I start my khutbah, I would like to that this lecture which I am giving, I'm not a khatib or a scholar, Islamic scholar or such. It is just a talk, and the topic which I am going to say today is regarding meditation. What place has Islam for meditation? And the other thing which I would like to confess that my English is very poor, Arabic is very poor because they are not my mother language. My mother language is Kutchi,
صلوات محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وحبيبنا وحبيب قلوبنا أبو القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وشفعنا وأنفسنا وآل أهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد
وأصحاب الغر الميامين. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتسكين بولاية سيدنا مولانا علي بن أبي طالب عليه السلام.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Regarding meditation, there are many forms of meditation. In every part of the world, this has been very commonly practiced. And mainly known, in the Hindus, this is known as yoga. They sit at one place and they meditate. In the whole world, most of the part. So what we see regarding Islamic perspective, here is a passage which I am going to read out, is from the book. Is from the book Light Within Me by Allama Muhammad Hussain Tabatabai, a very renowned marja, he was in his time. So I'm going to read this passage. Will give a good view of what we are going to talk today. In connection with the spiritual journey, another important and essential thing of meditation or contemplation, murakkaba in Arabic. It is necessary for a spiritual leader, spiritual traveler, not to ignore meditation at any stage. From the beginning to the end, it must be understood that meditation has many grades and is of many types. In the initial stage, the spiritual leader has to do one type of meditation, and later stages another type. As a spiritual traveler goes forward, his meditation becomes so strong, and if ever it was undertaken by a beginner, he would either give up for good or would be made. But after successfully completing the preliminary stages of gnostic, becomes able to undertake higher stage of meditation. At times of many things which were lawful to him beginning get forbidden to him. Meditation weakens the veil, the curtains, till ultimately it is totally lifted. Then the intimate love appears in its full splendor and leads men to the conscience towards Allah, and mystic poets often figuratively call this divine love as wine. This is a very big subject in our, this book has been written, has got many. I have read only a piece of passage. Now I would like to show you physically where these people, not Muslims but other people, how they do meditate. Like for example, I will show you a sadhu in India who are doing meditation in the mountain Himalayas, staying in the caves for years and years, and they are doing these things. Like if you see this sadhu at the moment, he is, in the Himalayas, such a cold place, he is not wearing anything except a piece of cloth and taking a bath. He is breaking the snow and he will take bath. You see this, how can a person stay? If I would be in this place, I would die, at the same time with the cold. But what is that the force? The meditation has got a spiritual power. And there was a journalist who asked one of these sadhus that what is the thing that which you can survive in this place like this, such a cold place. So he said, no, we believe in the power, utmost power. And when they meditate, they don't eat anything. What do you think that there is a place, anything there? No vegetation, no anything. And they stay in the caves, just sitting. If you go in the YouTube, you will see these people, sadhus in Himalayas. You will see hundreds. One of the sadhus I saw was sitting on the snow, and doing meditation. And in all the prophets and all imams did these things. See, this is washing, just taking bath as normal as. And my another example I will give you. This incident happened in Thailand, Thailand, in the north of Thailand, where there is a border between Thailand and Myanmar. It is in the border. Now this place is people staying there, is a small village, and there is a small village, and this place is actually, if you see, it's a stateless. Between two countries, if there is a place in between, it is stateless. So one incident happened that a football team comprising of 12 boys from the age of 10 to 13 years, with their coach. The coach was known as Ekapol Chantawong. They entered this Luang. This mountain is known as Luang, and there was a cave inside. It's a 4-kilometer cave inside. So tourists used to visit this cave in the month from January to March, not in June, July. This incident happened in June, July 2018. This boy and their coach, after training, they went to visit this cave. As they entered the cave, soon after, behind them, and there was a heavy rain, so the water was rushing inside, so they had to run inside. They ran for 2.5 miles. 2.5 miles inside the cave until they found a higher ground where they could survive on the higher ground, and the flood water was flowing very fast. Very fast. So they stayed on that higher ground. And then, the public, the next day, it was in the evening, the next day people got worried and everybody knows about this. And these things was all over the world. This was relayed everybody, everywhere, in the media, everywhere. So, I will go very fast because of the time. 600 dyers from different parts of the world gathered there. 600. They brought a bigger machines to pump out this water from the cave. So many ambulances, so this and this and this. They got ready for this to rescue these people. So, now what happened? They were preparing all this time. It took 9 days. 9 days they lost hope that how can they survive. Now I will tell you the story of this boy. This boy, Ekapol Chantawong, he, in the age of the 12 years, he got orphaned. So his grandmother or his relative, they took this boy and sent him to the monastery of this Buddhist temple to be a monk. So he became a monk, He did meditation. And when they got on the higher ground in that cave, that boys, he taught them that don't drink this water. This is polluted water. They had some water and some food. So he taught them meditation. Meditation. For 9 days, this boy survived. After the 9 days, two divers, world-renowned divers, they got him. One is John, Richard and Saxton. These two divers, they reached to the place there. Now, it was that he asked him that, are you alive? He said, yes, we are alive. But they lost weight only, 2 kilos. And they were pulled out in a stretcher with oxygen and everything. And one by one, it took 9 days again to remove these people. So total ordeal, this was 18 days. And they could take it out, this boys out. And what the president said of Thailand, that if this man, if one boy would die, I would kill him. I would hang this boy. But actually, God saved them, because of this meditation. The only thing, and when he came out, he said, what was the reason? He said, meditation. Because we survived in this. Because in meditation, you travel spiritually. The thing is, when you start these things, meditation, like Muhammad Hussain Tabatabai explains, you are going very high. You understand what is the reality above you. So this was called that. Now I will tell you one thing. Myanmar is very close to it was in the border place. This rescue operation, I Googled it and I said I wanted to know the estimate code. It is $25 million. Total cost of this rescue operation costed them $25 million. 100 kilometers after a Rohingya have been, persecuted the worst way in the manner, the humans, even the animals are not persecuted. Just 100 kilometers from there, they have been persecuted. What is the reason? Why they have been these Muslims, poor Muslims? All this time they didn't have any problem. They were staying with these Buddhists, they didn't have any problems. They made their homes and they were staying. Rakhine, there is a place called as Rakhine, which the Buddhists destroyed everything, burning that whole village. What my opinion says, there is only one reason, one of the reasons, not one reason, one of the reasons is that in Bamiyan, in Afghanistan, these people had a statue of Buddha, a very big statue. You can see there. This was destroyed by Taliban.
What begin?
3D. See, now they have made this, they have replaced with the 3D, you know, but I want to show you just how it was destroyed. See, these people, these Taliban people, removed, they bombed these things, you know, and removed this statue, you know, and it was a spirit. Like for example, you know, when they bombed Imam Hassan al-Askari, which we celebrated yesterday, his shrine was bombed, you know, how the Shia people, you know, all over the world, you know, came up, you know, the same thing, you know, and now this thing, you know, this Buddhist, you know, whole of East Asia, this is a very, very, very big community people, you know, in Japan, you know, China, it's all East Asia places. They all, you know, got angry about these things very much. And still, after even putting this 3D, you know, they are not happy with it. Because the ancient one was, they said that he has the real spirit inside it. And because of this, they got angry with these Muslims, you know, and then these Rohingya people are suffering for this. And in my opinion, I would say that if we don't verses of Quran, the holy book of us, Quran, you know, if that verse is misinterpreted, then there is a disaster. You know, if we should be very thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have got a very good guides for us for this Quran. It's Muhammad and Ali Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa the real inheritance of Quran. And from this we get the guidance. We are the most luckiest people to have this in our life, you know. Life is nothing. You know, this 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years is nothing. But the God's greatest gift to humankind is given is the love of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I would like to share an incident. It's not an incident, but it's just I made my story. There was a traveler going from Birmingham to Dubai. As he reached the airport, you know, and he was to the counter, and he was told that you have got 1 kilo excess in your bag. We are allowed only 23 kilos, and 1 kilo is excess. So he said, okay, what should I do? He said, you have to remove it. We are very strict. He asked him, you can't help it? He said, no, the boss is looking at me. And the boss, Emirates boss was there, and he was at the counter. He said, I cannot do it. So he said, can I remove this 1 kilo? He said, yes. Yeah, you have got enough time, you know. It's still 2 hours to go for the flight, to fly, you know. So he went to the side and removed this 1 kilo of chocolate and started eating. So he was eating the chocolate. After half an hour finishing the chocolate, he closed his suitcase and came to the counter and said, okay, wait now. He said, oh, that's okay, fine. Then he gave him the boarding pass and he said, okay, wish you all the best. You know, I'm relating this thing just for an example, you know. It's the same as if somebody dies, you know, and he's placed a Quran in his grave, you know, and the angel would ask, what you what you brought? He said, I've got brought Quran. He said, this is the disrespect of Quran. It won't help you against the punishment of God. Now the same traveler has died, and he would be asked by the angels, he would say, yeah, I've got it in my heart. The chocolate which he ate was in the stomach. The Quran stays in the heart, So the angel would say same words, that wish you all the best, wish you a good journey. So in this way, we should understand the reality of our own self by meditating. We should meditate at least, I'm not saying that I'm meditating, I'm not meditating. What I'm saying, which I'm not doing it, I'm sorry for this, but what according to my talk, just to explain you, that I should emphasize everybody that meditation has got a very big place in this world, All over the world, these people are doing yogas and everything. Now to be able to be a traveler, we are all travelers. Soon we are going to reach our destination. So I would suggest that before we should meditate, we should get ready for ourselves, to remove ourselves from many things like hypocrisy, should be humble, should be, mercy, have mercy on the people, sort of a thing that you should get ready for these things. And I will tell you that there was a person, who had a case in his domestic violence, and so it was a case in the court, and so he has to go to the lawyer. And his friend told him that I've got a very big, very nice lawyer, but they're a bit expensive, He said, no, I will go to this lawyer, it's better. So he went to the lawyer, and he asked him that, he called him, and he was asked that, our charges are very high if you can afford, but we are successful in most of the cases. He said, yes. He said, what's your charges? He said, one question you have to pay 100 pounds. He said, 100 pounds? He said, yes. He said, okay, don't worry, you just book me up. So at night he was picking up, it's very expensive, 100 pounds. So he was picking all the 10 questions he got ready, get ready with the 10 questions. He said, I will just go and tell him that make it 50 pounds. So at least I will pay 500 pounds for 10 questions. So his appointment was fixed. So he went in the morning and he said, good morning, Assalamu alaikum, I'll come, and he sat down. He said, yes. So he started speaking. He said, why so much expensive? One question, 100 pounds. He said, yes, because we have got so many overheads. Most of the time we are in the court, We are not in the office. We have got so many overheads. So he said, can you go down, please? You can make it 50 pounds so that, I can. He said, no, it's not possible. It's not possible. Then they were quiet, After a while, the lawyer said, what is your third question? Did you understand? No.
Yeah.
He has not asked the questions. He was just talking, and the lawyer took it as the second two questions, and he was asking, what is your third question now,
300 pounds.
So in this way, we should be prepared for this journey. This is a very, very important journey. In this world, we have got the golden chance. Really a golden chance. Whatever time you have, I would advise what Imam Masumin has advised. In the recent working time, we have got very less time, and the days are going very fast. we have got no time, but at least I would advise you to spare half an hour before Fajr for Salatul Layl, which is a meditation and you know, this is salvation from Akhirah. This is very, very important. At the end, I would like to congratulate Imam Zamana alayhi salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah.